I don't care what the people thinking, what they say. In my mind, I'm always the best. All this happened because of a reason. The reason is I'm unbelievable inside the pitch. This is why the people have so much interest on me. The numbers say everything.
The allure of Ronaldo. It's the man that's got it all. How many other men on the planet would you say he's got everything? Do you know what I mean? You can go through the list of things that you know what I'm talking about. The best footballer, the most goals, played at the biggest clubs, won the biggest titles, got a beautiful family. Everyone would want to be in that man's shoes. If you're growing up as a kid and you say, I want, he'd be one of your top picks.
18-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo wearing 7, David Beckham's old shirt. He is twinkle-toed and skillful and full of tricks and full of magic.
That ability to repeat the stuff that others aren't willing to do. That's what his real talent is.
The fans, they get crazy, they get mad, they don't know how to react when they are close to him. They try to jump, they try to touch him, to have 1 second opportunity to be close or to sign something.
Love him or loathe him, Manchester United's Ronaldo is now the most expensive footballer in the world.
He doesn't care what you think of him. He doesn't care how you feel about his success. He will preen and he won't apologise. He'll strut around saying, I've won, you know, this is me. And people are always like this.
Maybe someone's he don't like me, but because maybe I'm too good.
He's a winner.
For me, getting to the top was predominantly about work ethic, mentality, wanting to be the best, hate and lose, and always wanting to win, which is the things that I see in him.
We've been better than them, we play better than them, so we deserve to win the league.
He will look you straight in the eye and he will tell you he's the best. But at the same time, he will be so keen to emphasize just how much hard work went into him being the best.
He's just different. He's made different, built differently.
¡RONALDO! ¡RONALDO! La pone Carvajal, el remate de tijera de Cristiano, ¡qué golazo! ¡Cristiano, golazo! ¡Increíble! Cristiano Ronaldo pone en pie.
What a strike!
Now it's Ronaldo time.
¡Ronaldo! ¡Ronaldo!
Hardly anybody else can.
After much speculation on a possible transfer,
one of the
Real
world's
Madrid
greatest
Cristiano Ronaldo to join Juventus in a deal worth
a reported £100 million.
Yeah, I have to say, yes, I was surprised. When the news first started to rumble, you think, oh, that's probably just a rumour.
The headlines in Italy on the day of his arrival were just crazy in love. He arrives was the headline of the most famous sports newspaper. This man, this figure, the myth, legend, the icon has arrived.
Cristiano Ronaldo è ufficiale. Sembrava la pazzia della vita, sembrava una cosa impossibile.
Oh my God, you guys, like, this is gonna be insane.
It was Ronaldo.
What Juventus get when they sign Cristiano Ronaldo is the reigning Ballon d'Or holder, the best player in the world. Juve effectively get the world's biggest star.
Madeira is special. Not because I born there, but all my family is there. My friends and uncles, everyone is there. And this is why it's a special island for me.
Madeira é a pérola do Atlântico, conhecida pela sua beleza natural. Era o mais novo de 4 filhos. O seu pai era José Diniz Aveiro e a sua mãe Maria de Lourdes Aveiro.
Cristiano Ronaldo documentary, Mr. Fenau, take 1.
Hoje, a situação económica que o Cristiano Ronaldo nasceu, naquela época, era uma época bastante difícil.
Sempre o tratou muito bem, o Ronaldo gostava muito do pai, mas houve muitos momentos de ausência, digamos assim. Ele, tal como tantos outros madeirenses e portugueses, foi recrutado, foi para a guerra do ultramar, foi enviado para a África. E dizem que foi a partir daí que, de facto, ele começou, quando regressou já não era o mesmo Diniz. Procurava trabalhar, penso que a partir daí, aquilo que encontrou na guerra do ultramar acabou por lhe causar um pouco de depressão, digamos assim, que acabou por encontrar um refúgio no álcool. Acaba por ser uma infância feliz, porque encontrou no futebol um espaço de diversão e de boa disposição que o alegrava durante todo o dia.
Nós começamos a treinar com o Cristiano com 9 anos, no Nacional. E foi fácil perceber que havia ali um miúdo que se distinguia dos restantes, e nessa altura ele fazia tudo e mais alguma coisa dentro de campo. Era a forma como marcava golos, marcava, ia marcando golos, todos os fins de semana marcava muitos golos, perdia a conta.
Cristiano Ronaldo foi aos 12, 13 anos para Lisboa.
E até por sinal, o primeiro ano do Cristiano em Alvalade não correu muito bem, que ele era jovem, tinha 12 anos, sozinho, era as saudades da família que nunca se tinha juntado por tanto tempo, e começou a ficar triste.
E que vai galgando os escalões acima de escalão em termos de desempenho, aí os madeirenses começaram a conhecer mais o Cristiano Ronaldo, é aí que se dão conta de quem era o Cristiano Ronaldo.
Just missed out on signing Ronaldinho. We were all excited when we was away, thinking we're going to get Ronaldinho. Then he went and signed for Barcelona, and everyone was like a bit deflated. And then we play Sporting, and we're in a tunnel, and then all of a sudden you start getting whispers. They got a kid called Ronaldo, meant to be half decent, a young kid meant to be really good. Don't think anything of it, and the game starts, and then you look at each other and you're like, okay. He's doing mad stuff. He's embarrassing a couple of our players. It was a bit of a sandpit, the pitch, to be fair, but he was dancing on it like it was a normal pitch. And I remember half-time when I was going to the toilet, I think with Nicky Butt and Scholesy, I think it might have been, and we were all standing there saying, oh my God, we've got to sign him. And then the game finished and we were all sat on the coach after, waiting. I think that was where the deal was agreed, and then the rest is history.
É verdade que o Sir Alex Ferguson e que o Rio Ferdinand falaram consigo no final do jogo, o que é que eles lhe disseram?
Falaram comigo, estavam que iam começar em negociações com o Sporting, que estavam a contar comigo para o clube.
E já se imaginou rico e famoso?
Não, isso Sim, eu deixo essas coisas à parte.
The interesting thing about Ronaldo is there was scepticism even before he'd played a game.
His skin still bore the evidence that he was pretty young. His teeth weren't Hollywood.
Now, just to the cameras, please.
And every dressing room, particularly that Manchester United dressing room, is a school of hard knocks.
My office was always in the gym. So I was always available for anybody whenever they wanted to talk, because the talking and the listening is really what gets you used to what they're saying and why they're saying it and how to actually work with them. Power development is basically looking at all the different things that the brain has to focus on. It's listening to the player and finding out what they need in their minds. That's the key, the important key. It's that mind of the person. It's not the body at all, it's the brain. It's the athlete who trains the body. We've got to train the brains, what you need to do with your body, you know, how we do that. And it's not just on the physical side, it's on the mental side, it's on the emotional side, it's on the spiritual side. I'm Carrington and I'm in my chair in the gym, and this young lad turns up early in the morning. He said, I've heard about you and I know that you do a lot of work individually with a lot of the players. And he said, I want to be the best player in the world.
He sort of billed as David Beckham's long-term replacement, and by the end of the game had just completely eradicated that hanging spectre. He was sensational in that first game.
Cristiano Ronaldo, who absolutely roasted United in a friendly recently for Sporting Lisbon, has caused pandemonium since he came on.
And he got kicked every single day. Because of his skill, because of the fact that he liked to commit 1v1, because of the style in which he played, the defenders would kick him every single day. And every time he got kicked, he never moaned.
The best and the biggest learning curves I think he got from his teammates.
Yeah, you won man of the match, well done. Yeah. You go.
His first season he was good, the second season he was beginning to score goals, win matches, playing all the biggest games, win trophies. And this was his moment. It was his moment in his home country. It was his moment when the whole world was watching. I always thought that that's the arena, that's the moment that he craved for and dreamt of all his life.
You have to remember that even before that tournament, everyone was talking about Wayne Rooney. Ronaldo was another very promising footballer. It was during that tournament he really emerged as this phenomenon. And by the time you got to the final, you realised that there was something astonishing in this Portugal team and a really grand talent.
And the Greek supporters at that end are getting very, very excited now. And Dennis chipped with the goalkeeper, and they've scored! Caristeas is the player that got the touch. Unbelievable, the unfathomable, and the almost impossible has happened. Greece have won Euro 2004. Portuguese faces tell the story.
For most footballers, just reaching the final and emerging as a world star at that tournament would have been a huge achievement. But Ronaldo being a psychopathically driven winner, it obviously came as a huge personal blow not to go on and just win the thing.
The biggest and best players in any industry, when you don't win or you don't get something over the line, then it's time to reflect and analyse and then go back to the drawing board. And I think that's what he 100% done. He came back with a different focus, and he weren't going to be derailed by one failure. It's crazy because we used to play table tennis quite a lot, and if I won, I knew he wouldn't want to stop. He'd want to go again. But you get some people that when they lose, they shy away. They think, oh, that's enough for me, and don't really come back. So you see a lot of traits in someone, in even little instances like that, and he's not someone who gives up.
Era um líder, quer fosse dentro de campo, quer fosse fora de campo, que era reconhecidamente o craque da equipa, podia-se assim dizer, era o capitão da equipa. Era um miúdo que tinha um ótimo relacionamento com os treinadores e com os colegas. Só não tinha bom relacionamento era com a derrota.
Quando perde, ele fica mesmo fora de si.
Eu sei que ele gostava muito de jogar futebol, que detestava perder, mesmo no pequeno jogo, tudo era competição para o Cristiano.
Para além do desejo de melhorar e ser sempre o mostrava, acima de tudo o desejo de ganhar, de ser o melhor de sempre.
This is Cristiano Ronaldo, plenty of red shirts forward. Oh, what a special goal!
Cristiano came in and quickly embedded himself in the DNA of the club. He had experienced players around him who knew how to win, and I think he took all that on board.
By the time the 2006 World Cup came around, Ronaldo was an established world star. We knew how good he was. He hadn't quite moved yet to that higher plane, and that would come in the tournament and just after it.
It was the England side we expected to do well. Rooney and Ronaldo were teammates.
England had some injuries, but Rooney would be playing up front on his own, and he was still the golden child. He was still considered the most talented, the most promising young player in Europe. He was probably ahead of Ronaldo at that point. And you had a feeling, even on the day of the match, that something was going to happen here and that this game was going to be played out between these two personalities.
Look at Rooney there, battling away. Now, that was right under the nose of the referee. And there's a bit of anger. And the referee has gone to his pocket. It's red! He sent Rooney off. It's a straight red.
Has he just winked there?
I was pretty angry at the time, so I can imagine how Wayne Rooney felt.
It's impossible to know who he was winking at or what he was actually saying. But of course it was taken as job done.
I was upset with the sending off because I didn't see Wayne's incidents, and that's the truth, but I saw many players trying to get him sent off.
That's not right. Purse the lips, I don't like that either.
I think everyone hates him now, don't they?
Bang out of order, isn't it?
Absolutely a bit of a winker.
He cheated us out of it completely. He is going to get so much attitude when he gets back to England.
I don't think Manchester will win it back.
The now customary boos greet the first touch of the ball for Cristiano Ronaldo.
Is winking at your teammates or your manager or whoever it was he was winking at actually a big deal? No.
Maybe people misunderstood his attitude to the game, and he loves playing. He's a tough player. Alex and his helpers, they decided that the only way that they could keep Ronaldo was to, I think, tell him his salvation was here.
There's no doubt Alex Ferguson took the paternal role with Ronaldo to a really extreme degree in some ways.
The big guy at the front. You sit down there, as you were.
He always looks after his players. He understands, A, that that's partly his role, but more importantly, that's the best way to get the most out of these young men who are in his charge.
Ronaldo came as a young, skinny kid at 17. And yeah, he had all these things about him that were used to criticise him about his diving and all the rest of it. But you know, once the players got about him in the training ground and that, he was fantastic. And then the most important thing for a great player is his decision-making. He was tough. Ronaldo could play for Millwall, Queen's Park Rangers, Doncaster Rovers and score a hat-trick in a game. I'm not sure Messi could do it.
Scholes corner, Ronaldo! Instant impact!
So Alex Ferguson said, listen, we're building a team now around the likes of myself, Wayne Rooney as well, and Cristiano was the heartbeat.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Sahar waits inside the area. Ronaldo goes alone, and Ronaldo wins
the match for Manchester United. 87 minutes played.
It all came together.
Manchester United are the Barclays Premiership champions of 2006-07.
That was the beginning of a new era.
Cristiano Ronaldo, double footballer of the year, puts Manchester United within touching distance of the title.
His style was about attacking, going at people, having that fast movement, you know, it's all about speed and reaction. But the most important thing for him is, I want to score a goal. And that's got to be the thing, because it's the most important thing in football. Scoring goal is the most important thing. No matter what anybody says about anything, you need to win. There's only one way to win, score a goal. So that's always in his mind, score goals, score goals, score goals.
Darren Fletcher has joined the Stoke wall as Ronaldo shoots and scores!
Like most young kids, I've probably tried to hit a couple of free kicks.
At Carrington, there was an hill at the back, just away from the training ground. And he used to go behind the hill and do his training on his own. And I asked him about that one time, you know, and he said, well, you know, there's nobody there, so I don't have to worry if I do a skill wrong or anything. I can practice it, and nobody's watching me, so you're not worried. You know, so he'd practice everything, you know, for a few days or whatever, and then he'd go and take it into training match.
Every day, you know. I'm not lying, you know.
Every Friday, especially before the game on the Saturday, he'd be probably the one, 8 times out of 10, be the one to score the winner in training. Finish the game on a Ronaldo goal. Next goal wins it, and he'd invariably get the goal. We felt we had the best players, we felt we had the best team for a couple of years. But you need to do it in the Champions League to be cemented as a great team. It was only Giggsy and Scholesy who played in that game that had been part of the '99 team. And so all of us others, it was almost like a shadow over us a little bit. And for Cristiano, he wins that, you've probably got a good chance of winning the Ballon d'Or. And that's what he wanted.
Brown with a left-footed ball in! Cristiano Ronaldo hits Manchester United into the lead!
His time in Manchester United was his apprenticeship in many ways.
Bravo Cristiano, vous entrez dans la grande famille du Ballon d'Or France Football. Vous en êtes maintenant un membre éminent de plein droit. Bravo.
Muitos parabéns, amor. Ah, querido menino! Quase que o coração da mãe arrebentava.
People said to me, how did you get that skinny kid, you know, into that big muscly guy in 6 months? But it took 5.5 years that we worked together for him to produce what he wanted to produce. It takes time.
I spoke to him a lot about staying, and he was like, I've dreamed about playing for Real Madrid. I've done everything here. I've had a great time. I love this club. I love Man United. It'll always be part of me, but it's a new chapter now.
When he left Manchester United for Real Madrid, he'd have seen something completely different.
It was pretty clear immediately that irrespective of Real Madrid being the most historic club in the world, the most successful club in the world, this was going to be the biggest media event in their entire history. It was going to dominate the rolling news all over the world.
Take a look at this. 80,000 capacity in the Bernabeu Stadium, and to be honest, they're almost at that capacity here.
Y los sueños de millones de aficionados en todo el mundo. Hoy ha llegado el momento. Hoy damos la bienvenida a su nueva casa. Hoy recibimos a Cristiano Ronaldo.
In the stadium, looking up and around, what struck you was the number of different nationalities. There were people from Africa, there were people from all over Asia. It was a snapshot of precisely what Real Madrid wanted to achieve then and going forward in marketing terms.
He is the best of the world. More than Messi, more than Kaká, and more than anyone.
1, 2, 3.
It's a massive move when you go to one of the giants in Spain. There's a difference when you go there, and the expectancy levels are enormous, particularly of the big stars. People who go to football matches are your middle classes. The people that go to the opera, they're all members. You know, they don't go there for sing-song and an atmosphere and a few beers. They go there to watch football, and you have to entertain them. The great players love it.
One of the ways in which special can become great is timing. This arriving era of social media, of games that bore players' images and names, and were in every living room around the civilized world. When that spark became a fire because Ronaldo was good-looking and Hollywood style and brilliant at his sport, but also cosmopolitan and aspirational, when those two forces meet head-on, the explosion is positive.
There has been a massive cultural change. It used to be that your family was associated with a club, they supported a club, and you supported the same team. Now, what happens is, with the growth of social media and gaming and the whole digital landscape booming, people's loyalties are now with the players.
Ronaldo and Messi were both born into a world and a time in their career when the social media landscape was quickly changing, and the media landscape in particular. We saw the likes of Facebook popping up, followed by Twitter. Someone who may live in, say, the Philippines wouldn't necessarily be able to go watch him in a match, but they can reenact and become him through a game. Younger football fans now have this access that's almost unfiltered and can be 24 hours a day.
Run.
He's constantly there and constantly kind of leading that evolution of how they interact with their favorite players.
We will have a penalty shootout for a place in the final of Euro 2012.
Portugal versus Spain, semi-finals of the European Championship. Penalty shootout, massive rivals, doesn't get much bigger than that.
Bruno Alves for Portugal. Oh, and he's hit the bar!
Of the man.
If you look back now at 2012, he was at the club that he'd yearned to play for. He was already their dominant footballer, yet he was suffering.
Barcelona were winning all the popularity contests. Lionel Messi was winning all the Ballon d'Ors.
This year we win. This is the difference. And because we've been better than them, we play better than them, so we deserve to win the league. This is the only difference.
He feeds off negativity. You can give him all the positives in it, but you'll find that one negative comment that will be the one that's probably put on the door of the hotel room that he's staying in, and then that's used as the fuel.
What really stood out for me when I first started work with him was he would do a lot of the stuff that other players at high level were just not willing to do. He would make incredible sacrifices that a lot of others just didn't have the time for.
I saw the work that boy put in. From the minute he woke up, go in the gym, do his core, go out onto the training ground early, do his tricks. Everything was geared for him to becoming the best player in the world, not part of the pack.
To score 69 goals, you know, in a calendar year, 2013, is just phenomenal.
When I was playing, or certainly when I started, if you got 1 and 2, then you were a brilliant player, and that's what all forwards tried to do. But his numbers are crazy.
Left foot, right foot, outside the box, inside the box, with his head, goals where you just think, how has he even got that strike away?
Cristiano Ronaldo!
Just a phenomenal goal-scoring machine.
Messi was best before, but now it's Ronaldo time. Ronaldo!
Madrid winning La Decima is one of the great stories of football.
Ronaldo shrugs off his shirt and Atletico Madrid have lost here in Lisbon. Real triumphant.
People are celebrating in the dressing room, the trophies getting passed around, champagne's popping, people are drinking beers, like the atmosphere is just incredible. And then I saw a small group of players, Marcelo, Pepe and Cristiano. I had to ask, Cristiano, what are you talking about? And he said, we're talking about next year we have to go and win it again. And I just thought, wow.
Família foi fundamental.
O pai do Cristiano, o Diniz, era muito bom amigo.
O pai era uma pessoa extremamente presente, sobretudo nos jogos. Era um pai que não pressionava o seu filho.
Penso que a gente, então, aqui na Madeira, temos muito enraizado o conceito de família, de se juntar. Também, quando quando se tem que cortar o cordão umbilical, mais doloroso.
Ronaldo's father died in 2005 when Ronaldo was still just 20. He had suffered from alcoholism for quite a while and he suffered from liver failure.
A mãe de Ronaldo foi, de facto, o grande sustento, não só financeiro, mas também do ponto de vista familiar. Dolores cresceu na pobreza, mas estava determinada a garantir que Cristiano Ronaldo e o resto da família não passariam dificuldades. Quando Diniz estava desempregado, Dolores deixou os seus filhos para trás e emigrou sozinha para Paris.
Aqui na Madeira, eu acho que havia na família, principalmente as pessoas humildes, pobres.
Dolores Cristiano Ronaldo's mum is a phenomenon. She didn't just show him love and protect him and give him the freedom to move to Lisbon age 12. She demonstrated him that survival, that thriving, that being the best version of yourself is relentless, morning, noon and night.
My dream is always to have a son young. So I have Cristiano, so I'm so proud for that.
Ele procurou ser pai aos 25 anos e isso também traduz o espírito de família.
When the people ask me the question if Cristiano changed my life, of course, because it's another member in the family. It's something is coming from your blood. I'm so happy. In another way, I'm happy because you see his daddy still play football, still win things, still fit, still good, still score goals. And this is, for me, it's always my dream.
Ronaldo at Euro 2016 was a fascinating figure. He knew that team was good, but he knew he also had to carry that team in many ways.
1-1 the final score. Penalty kicks it is.
Ronaldo was needed where he had to step forward.
Deafening whistles in his ears. Didn't trouble Ronaldo. Slamming the ball home.
To cross and Ronaldo's met it. What a leap! What a jump that was from CR7. It will be Portugal in Paris on Sunday. Maybe this is their and their Crown Prince Cristiano's year.
Todos os portugueses que já estavam à espera de uma conquista, tivemos também uma geração de ouro, Eusébio, Luís Figo, e tivemos esta que é muito sustentada no talento e determinação do Cristiano Ronaldo.
Para o Ronaldo, ele já tinha ganho tanta coisa.
Bravo.
Em termos individuais, em termos de clube. E se nós sabíamos que ele queria deixar também a sua marca.
Echoes of 1998. France in the final at the Stade de France, facing a team of Portuguese speakers whose star is Ronaldo.
One of the key themes about Cristiano Ronaldo is that he's always thought that he can't be beaten.
Tired him very strongly, Ronaldo's writhing. He looks hurt. Well, the biggest criticism of him is for these sort of moments when the drama takes over.
He was on the pitch, then he was off the pitch.
Ronaldo's gone down, he's coming off.
And there are going to be tears. This was his stage. This is not how it was supposed to end in France this summer for Cristiano Ronaldo.
He was shouting to every name, he was coordinating the players, he was giving some information. I think almost everyone felt his presence on touchline.
Header. Header shot! Super strike! Header smashes Portugal up to the verge of glory!
France were all set up to win that game. It was France's final, it was their tournament. But there was another force acting on that team that went beyond being the host nation.
Look how excited Cristiano Ronaldo is. All that he's achieved, all that wealth that he's accumulated, but he's never done this.
The way he was trying to drive his team, his country forward from the touchline, I think that told you everything, how much he wanted to win.
Nada acreditava em Portugal e a verdade é que conseguimos. Muito feliz, um dos dias mais felizes da minha vida. Nem em troféus individuais, nem em Champions. Este é o momento mais feliz da minha vida. Já chorei 3 ou 4 vezes. De verdade, mesmo do coração, juro pelo meu filho. É o momento mais feliz da minha vida. Estou mesmo contente, mas contente. Podia repetir 100 vezes. Estou mesmo feliz, Era o título que me faltava na minha carreira. Entramos na história de Portugal. Fomos os primeiros.
Best players can evolve and change their game to suit them for where they are at a certain points of their career.
Ronaldo!
He's not going to be as quick and explosive as he was when he was 21, 22, 23. So he's playing the game to be as effective as he can in the right areas of the pitch.
Juventus had, on a sporting level, achieved magnificent success. They had built a team that had reached 2 Champions League finals. Yet there was a lot of criticism aimed at Juventus for not having managed to capture the American market, the Asian market in much the way that, say, Milan did. What they needed was the global moneymaker, a way of being recognized around the world.
na pandemia que ele ficou cá, veio aqui ao Nacional, a este relevado, treinar, e era ver um rapaz com 36 anos ou 37 anos, a vontade com que ele treinava, depois de já ter conquistado tudo o que nós já sabemos que ele conquistou-se, e ainda treina como se amanhã quer ser novamente o melhor, o maior.
De uma forma individual, se ele sentia que a equipa não estava a corresponder, ele pegava e agarrava nos colegas e ia tudo atrás do Cristiano.
Qualquer coisa que nós fizéssemos, um jogo, uma brincadeira, ele queria ser sempre o melhor, o primeiro.
Ronaldo dall'altra parte, destro in area, poi il tocco col gol!
Ronaldo's head first into anything that's going to make him a better player. In modern day football, he's changed it massively because he's probably been the top player that's really delved into sports science and prolonging his career.
Yeah, listen, I think he's part of a group of sports people of our generation who are playing well into their 30s at the top level still. Serena Williams, Roger Federer, Nadal, LeBron, Tom Brady. And they make sacrifices that others don't. And they have that obsession that lives and breathes inside of them that is just, that fire never goes out.
The numbers that he's managed to put on the board are mind-blowing. You know, to go past Pele, but to do it in, you know, European football, and it's just incredible.
Individual accolades, team awards, trophies, his goal-scoring record, you have to say that he's at genius level as a footballer.
Cristiano Ronaldo!
He's probably the greatest footballer that ever lived.
Ronaldo's met it! What a jump that was from CR7.
When I speak to Cristiano even now, and you listen to him speak, and there's a little bit of anger in there even still that helps him get out on the pitch and produce the moments that he's still producing. You don't need it, but he will find something that switches that switch, that lights that fire to go out again.
Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Les quiero presentar Pro Jersey Shop, la mejor página para que puedan conseguir las camisetas de sus equipos favoritos, sus jugadores preferidos, todo al mejor precio, la mejor calidad y la mayor velocidad de entrega. Es simplemente entrar a la página, poner mi código de descuento que es Diego Fútbol para tener un 10% off, el link está abajo, así que no te lo pierdas.